All right, guys, what's up? Mr. Cruz here to show you guys some more about order of operations. So in this, we're going to go over some examples of order of operations on how to solve it. And remember that for our order of operations, let me move this junk out the way. Get up out my way here. Get up out my way. Okay, right there. Because I need to turn my pen on. All right. Remember that when it comes to order of operations, we use the phrase GEMDAS. I still haven't come up with like a clever, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally thing. But we're going over GEMDAS. All right. So here we are going to start out with grouping and exponents. Do I have any grouping and exponents? We're going to ignore this part right here because that just means number one. So I have 8 plus 7 times 9. I don't have any grouping or exponent, or I don't have any groupings. I don't have any exponents or square roots. Multiplication and division, yes, I have this one right here. So 7 times 9. So what is 7 times 9 going to give me? I'm not big brain like that, so I'm using my calculator. It gives me 63. So now I have 8 plus 63. What is 8 plus 63 going to give me? Because I'm done with multiplication and division. Now I'm on to adding and subtracting, and then that is going to give me 71. Light work. All right, let's move on to the next one. Again, sticking with GEMDAS. All right. This one we got a lot. All right. So do we have any groupings? Yes, we have these parentheses right here. So that's where I'm going to start. So 17 minus 2, and that gives me 15. So I'm going to rewrite this whole thing. 35. Wow, that's a messed up looking 35. Minus 15 divided by 5. So I had a student earlier today who messed this up. Who got the question wrong because they did subtracting next. But we're supposed to do, right? We don't have any groupings, don't have any exponents or square roots. We're doing multiplication and division next. So we're going to be doing this division part. 15 divided by 5, that's going to give me 3. So now I have 35 minus 3. And then I do adding and subtracting. So 35 minus 3 should give me 32. Too easy. It's almost too easy. All right, let's move on to the next one. Again, we're going to ignore that right there and go over here to GEMDAS. All right, so we have our big division bar. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're doing everything on top first, then everything on bottom, and then whatever we're left with, we're going to divide. So we have grouping technically because I count that big fraction or that big division bar as grouping. So we're going to start out with what's on top, 90 minus 22. All right. So 90 minus 22 is going to give me 68. So I have 68 over 28 minus 11. When I do 28 minus 11 now, that's going to give me 17. So now I have 68 over 17 or 68 divided by 17. All right. And then when I divide those two together, when I put those in my calculator, I end up with 4 as my answer. All right. So 68 divided by 17 gives me 4. Too easy. All right. Let's go on to another one. I'm going to scratch this part out because I don't want to get confused. I don't want to get confused. I don't want y'all to get confused. The world will be confusing. It's already confusing enough. All right. Do I have any groupings? Yes, I have this parentheses right here. So 7 plus 2. 2 plus 7, that's going to give me 9. So I'm going to do 12. And then parentheses, I'm going to have the 9. Now remember, the parentheses there, it has a single number all by itself. When we see parentheses like this means that it's being multiplied. It doesn't mean that it's included as part of a grouping. It just means that it's being multiplied. So cross out grouping because I'm done with that. Do I have any exponents and square roots? Nope. So I can cross that out. Do I have any multiplying or dividing? Yes, I do. I have multiplying that's happening first. So that's what I'm going to do first, right? Because we go in order from left to right. So 12 times 9. I've long since forgot my 12s. 108 minus 24 divided by 12. All right. I'm still on multiplying and dividing because next I have this division part right here. So 24 divided by 12, that is going to give me 2. So 108 minus 2 is going to be my next part. And then 108 minus 2 is going to give me 106 as my final answer. All right. Light work, man. I'm saying there should be a lot of A's, a lot of hundreds in the grade book this week. All right. Let's do 2 more. Again, going over GEMDAS. Do I have any groupings? Yep, I have 2 types of groupings. So first I have this bracket, this big old bracket. That's where I'm going to start. Inside of those brackets, do I have other sets of groupings? Yes, I do. I have this parentheses right here. So that's what I'm going to start with. 25 minus 11. And y'all, with this, you guys can use your calculator. So make sure that you are using your calculator. And I'll put out a video showing you guys how to use a calculator so that we can get the right answers. So 26 minus whatever the grouping is of 14 minus 2 to the third power. And then I'm going to put that in brackets. So I'm still continuing with groupings because I have this grouping right here. Inside of that grouping, I have an exponent. So I have 2 to the third power. So this is what I'm going to do next. 2 to the third power. Let me explain this real quick. 2 to the third power, it's not saying 2 times 3. All right, don't get confused with that. What it's saying is 2 times 2 times 2, right? This is what we're actually going to be putting in our calculator because the exponent is telling me how many times I'm multiplying the base number by itself, right? So since it's 2 to the power of 3, I need to multiply 2 by itself 3 times. When I do that, I'm going to end up with 8 as my answer. So now I have 26 minus brackets 14 minus 8. All right, I still have groupings. This is my last set of grouping inside the bracket. So I'm going to do 14 minus 8, and that is going to give me 6. So now I have, chill, Sway, 26 minus 6. And then when I do that, you can kind of see the answer that I tried to scratch out over here. My final answer should be 20. All right. Coolio. Let's do one more again. Let's get one more in here. All right. This should be my last one. So let's scratch this out. Again, we have that big division bar. So remember what we do when we have the big division bar is that we're doing everything on top first, and then we're going to do the bottom, and then what our final answers are. We can simplify or we can divide them. Divide them with one another. So groupings, yes, I have that big division bar at the top, but inside of that, I have the parentheses. So I'm going to do that first. 30 minus 12 is going to give me 18. So I have 12 and then in parentheses 18, but it's a parentheses that has a single number in there. So that means that it's being multiplied. So that's what I'm going to do next. 12 times 18. All right. Times 12. 216. So now I have 216 over 3 to the second power, or divided by 3 to the second power. So I'm done with my grouping. Do I have any exponents? Yes, I do. I have 3 to the second power. And if we remember, 3 to the second power really means 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So I'm going to do 216 divided by 9. And in my calculator, when I put that, I should end up with 24 as my final answer. So there you guys go. A few examples of what order of operations looks like. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hit me up and I got you guys. But trust me, this is a lot easier than you think. Just follow the steps. And don't forget to show your work, because if you ask me for help, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask to see your work, because if I can look at your work, I can tell you what step you did wrong so you don't have to do the entire problem all over again. You can just backtrack to like the part where you messed up on. All right. Peace out, you guys. I'll see you guys later.